Imagine a queen so cunning, so vengeful, that her name echoes through millennia, despite no archaeological evidence of her existence. This is Nitocris, the legendary last queen of Egypt's 6th dynasty. Nitocris is believed to be the offspring of Pepi II and Neith, and the sister of Merenre II, adding to her royal lineage. Our knowledge of this enigmatic queen comes primarily from the writings of Manetho, an ancient Egyptian priest, and Herodotus, the revered Greek historian. These accounts, composed centuries after her presumed reign, paint a picture of a queen who was as intelligent as she was ruthless. Nitocris was a master of manipulation, who allegedly exacted a dreadful revenge on the nobles who had ended her brother's life. Her story, as told by these ancient historians, is one of revenge and cunning that has captivated people for centuries. Herodotus paints a vivid picture of Nitocris's legendary revenge. The tale goes something like this. We enter a world of palace intrigue and bloody power struggles where Nitocris, a woman of exceptional cunning, rises to power. In the wake of her brother's brutal murder by the very nobles who were meant to serve him, Nitocris ascends to the throne. But she harbors a thirst for justice, or perhaps a hunger for revenge. She conceives a plan, a grand scheme that would be remembered for centuries to come. She invites the nobles, the very architects of her brother's demise, to a grand banquet. Not just any feast, but one held in a subterranean hall, a marvel of engineering hidden beneath the palace. The nobles, blinded by their own arrogance, see this as nothing more than a lavish display of royal power. The feast is a spectacle, a display of wealth and power meant to dazzle and delight. As the nobles feast and make merry, little do they realize that they are dancing on the edge of their own graves. For Nitocris has a surprise in store for her unsuspecting guests. With the flick of a wrist, she signals the opening of hidden sluice gates. Water, the lifeblood of Egypt, now becomes an instrument of death. The hall floods rapidly, trapping the nobles within. Their laughter turns to screams as they are swept away, their treachery paid for in full. But Nitocris's tale does not end here. Having avenged her brother, she makes one final dramatic move. She leaps into a pit filled with burning stones, choosing to meet death on her own terms, rather than face the consequences of her actions. And so, in a single night, Nitocris had exacted her revenge and sealed her own fate. The queen who turned a feast into a funeral, who meted out justice with the same hand that served wine. But was this tale true, or just a legend? The sands of time have yet to reveal the truth. Despite the lack of concrete evidence, Nitocris has remained a captivating figure in Egyptology and popular culture. Her tale, as told by Herodotus and Manetho, has been passed down through the ages, each retelling adding another layer to her legend. Yet the historical accuracy of Nitocris's story is a topic of much debate among scholars. Some believe that she was indeed the last queen of the 6th dynasty of ancient Egypt, a cunning and vengeful ruler whose story was embellished over time. They argue that her tale, while perhaps exaggerated, was grounded in reality and provides an insight into the power dynamics and political intrigue of the pharaoh's court. On the other hand, there are those who suggest that Nitocris may be a composite figure, a combination of several historical figures woven into a single, compelling narrative. They point to the lack of archaeological evidence and the fantastical elements of her story as evidence of its fictional nature. Yet there are also scholars who propose that Nitocris was a purely fictional character, a product of the vivid imaginations of ancient historians. They argue that her story served as a cautionary tale, a warning against the dangers of unchecked power and revenge. Regardless of her historical authenticity, Nitocris has left an indelible mark on popular culture. Her story has been retold and adapted in various forms, from literature and art to film and television. She has been portrayed as a vengeful queen, a cunning manipulator, a tragic figure, and everything in between. Each retelling brings a new interpretation, a new perspective on her tale. Whether she was a real queen or a fictional character, Nitocris represents a fascinating chapter in ancient Egyptian history and mythology. Her tale of power, intrigue, and revenge continues to captivate us, reminding us of the timeless allure of a good story.